Are you tired of hitting roadblocks in your dating life? Join me for a free masterclass where I'll be revealing the 3 nice guy dating patterns that turn women off and what you should be doing instead. Unlock the secrets to creating genuine attraction. Click the link in the description to sign up now. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Couch Chat. So, I don't know if you guys are aware, this wall right here, this wall with this wallpaper right here, I am not actually a fan of this wallpaper. Like, I had a friend of mine shoot a student film here like many months back. And some of you that maybe some of my older Couch Chats know this used to be a white wall, right? But she filmed it here and they put up this wallpaper as part of adding ambiance to the place that they wanted for a specific thing they were shooting or whatever, right? And so when they were done, also these paintings, they also came with the set. So I like these paintings more so than the wallpaper. But the point is that when they were done, I was like, hey, you know what? Like, you guys have seen my place, but like most of my walls are white walls. So I said, you know what? Like, would you mind just like keeping the wallpaper up? Like when you're done with it, don't worry about taking it down. Just go ahead and keep it up. And so I like the color blue. I like dark blue and I like whatever blue this is, but I'm not a fan of the stripe pattern, you know? But I kept it because even though it wasn't like the scheme that I'm necessarily a fan of, I like the fact that it had character. It added a different uniqueness to my room, and every other wall in my place is white except for this one. This one's got a little bit of color to it, and so therefore I like to keep it up. Now, why am I telling you all this? I'm telling you this because I want to do a correlation of my wallpaper here to women when they're thinking about dating you. I think sometimes as men, you know, we've been fed this lie that women are looking for men who are 100% perfect. You know, the whole 6 figures, 6-pack abs, 6 inches, a car outside, like all that stuff, right? And we also are made to believe that if we like certain things or we have certain habits, that women aren't going to take a liking to those and they're not going to want to date us. And yet, it could be some of those things that you're trying to hide about yourself that could actually give way to showing a woman the character of who you are and getting a whole picture of that, to where even if she's not the biggest fan of a particular thing you're into, or maybe how you talk at certain times or whatnot, that because it's a part of what makes up you, she could very well be able to want to date you in spite of that being there. For example, you know, my dad, my mom love each other immensely. They were married for 13 years until he died. Well, he was very much a smoker. Like he could smoke a pack. He could smoke a pack of Marlboros like a whole pack a day, right? And when he drove places, he'd smoke. When he was at home, he'd smoke. And it was just the nastiest stuff. That's not what killed him, by the way. That's a whole different cancer that killed him. But the point is that the smoking thing, my mom was in no way, shape, or form a fan of. And there were definitely times where she would try to convince him to quit. But as nasty of a habit as that was, that did not deter her from liking him. And again, discussing filthy habit, but it was a character, a part of his character as to who he was. And so she would not stop loving him just because he was a smoker and she found it disgusting, you know? And so this is what I find with women that I will give them credit for, that I think more meant to give credit for, is that when women really like you, even if you have certain flaws, even if you have thoughts about things that are different from hers, at the end of the day, she's going to still appreciate that that is part of your character. And that's why you as a guy can't be so afraid of trying to be your, you know, when women say be yourself, they actually mean in a sense, they want to see the full authentic version of you. And that includes the parts that they may not actually like, because just because they don't like it doesn't mean that it's wrong. So they might have a differing opinion about like, oh, I don't like when you play video games. I don't like that you like, you know, Lord of the Rings so much, or I don't like that you like to drive cars every weekend, like these muscle cars or motorcycles or whatever, right? Like there's going to be plenty of things that, you know, women may not necessarily like the idea of you doing them. But again, the fact that it adds to a part of who you are makes them like you. And this is also why guys need to stop doing this thing where like they get into a relationship and then they think that something's bugging their girlfriend and they try to stop it, like it's going to make the girl like them more. There's so many guys that are like, oh, you know, my wife doesn't like me to play guitar anymore, or she doesn't like when I go and, you know, do my thing on the weekends or go on these guys trips to go fishing. Like these guys think if they stop doing those things, they're going to actually, the woman's going to see that and be like, oh, he's doing the thing I told him I don't want him to do because I didn't like it. Oh my God, I love him so much more now. Because how many stories have you heard about this guy give up this thing and then the girl still ended up leaving him for somebody else that was most likely doing the same thing that she was trying to get the guy to stop doing? So you can't listen when women are like, oh my God, why are you doing that thing? That's so disgusting. I wouldn't think about this way. How could you like this thing? And think that just because she's complaining about it means that she actually wants you to stop it. Now, some women will think that they legitimately want you to stop the thing or that they're not a fan of it and it is disgusting to them. And if you don't do it, they're going to be all mad and leave. And yet I have found that as a guy, if you're not doing anything that's actually like harming anybody else and it's just something you like to do or a thought pattern you have that's like different, but it's not like in the grand scheme of things going to be harmful, that like you standing up and saying, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I like doing this thing. Or these are the thoughts I have about this and they're not going to change. Or I like wearing this t-shirt. I'm not going to get rid of it just because it's a 20-year-old concert shirt or whatever, right? That I find even if women in that moment are thinking, how could he like not do the thing I want him to do? I find they respect you for it in the long run because they know on a subconscious level that if they're not able to sway you from standing on the thing that you like doing or the principle that you have, that nobody else is going to be able to come along and sway you either, which actually makes her feel a bit more, not protected, but a bit more stable in her ability to see you as a stable leader because she knows that you're not going to just sway at the whim of somebody that comes along. And women will test this. Guys, women are going to test you early on for, can she as a woman use her feminine wiles to change your mind about something? Or can she come to you and cry about, but I wish you wouldn't do this hobby anymore because I'm blah, 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 and then see if it changes your mind. Like, again, they might think they want that, but they're going to respect you in the long run if you actually like don't fall for that crap, So for you guys that are worried about, I talk a certain way or I have a certain hobbies that I'm interested in, and I'm afraid, what if I tell this girl this is that? Dude, I'm telling you, just like this wallpaper. Again, I am not a fan of this wallpaper, but it adds some character to the room that it wouldn't otherwise be here. So I've had it up now for like close to 8 or 9 months now. And I don't see myself getting rid of it anytime soon, So keep that in mind when you're out here dating. When women say be yourself, it does mean on some level that they want to see the real you and who you are. Whether or not they like that version is a different story. But the point is the version you are, you stick with that. Now, obviously, with that said, if you're a guy that's just not able to keep women at all, then you might have some other things to deal with in terms of like learning how to communicate with women, learning the ins and outs of like why it is that you're failing with women. I actually have a webinar for that about 3 nice guy dating patterns that turn women off and what to do instead, because you might just have some bad dating patterns. But in terms of like your likes and what you think about and things like that, like don't think women actually want you to change that, because chances are if you do, you're going to lose that woman anyway. So hopefully, guys, this helps you out. If this was helpful to you at all, feel free to subscribe to the channel, like this video. You can also leave a super chat, or you can donate to $ Harry Wilmington as a thank you for this message. Also, go to the website, introvertdatingsuccess.com. Check out my free webinar. Once again, it's 3 nice guy dating patterns that turn women off and what to do instead. It is a jam-packed webinar that'll teach you the ins and outs of what not to do and what things to add to your dating game to get better results. You can also go there to check out eBooks, audiobooks, all the things that are designed to help you date as your introverted self while still getting your precious alone time. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace.
You's a bad boy, but you can't stop, won't stop. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-class man. You a high-class man. You a high-earning,